All right. Okay. You ever drunk texted your boss asking for a raise at 2 a.m.? Maybe. No. Well, that's nothing.
Oh, yeah. That's like kindergarten level stuff compared to what we've got today.
Exactly. We are diving headfirst into this Reddit story where a late night drunk dial, yes, a call went from 0 to I'm secretly in love with your fiance real fast.
Uh-huh. It's intense. We're digging into our best of Redditor updates, which, is where you go to see how those wild advice posts actually turned out.
And this one, hoo boy, it involves a fiancé, his brother, and a voicemail that basically detonated a bomb in the middle of wedding planning.
It's a proper, wait, what kind of situation. Our mission basically is to unpack how this whole incredibly awkward thing unfolded.
So, okay, let's set this up. We've got Jess, she's 25, engaged to Miles, 28. And how did they meet? Through Miles's brother, Lucas, who's also 25.
Keeping it all in the extended friend group, apparently.
Right. And there's this contrast. Miles is described as super confident, the assertive one.
Yeah, the outgoing type.
Yeah.
Well, Lucas is, the opposite. Quiet, introverted, maybe a bit reserved.
So Jess and Miles get engaged, planning a wedding for the next summer. Lucas is going to be the best man. Everything seems, normal, happy even.
On the surface, yeah. Standard procedure. Until
1 a.m., 1 in the morning, Jess's phone rings. It's Lucas.
Okay, red flag immediately. This guy, Lucas, he's a texter. Only texts. Short ones.
Exactly. Him calling, especially that late, it's like seeing a unicorn riding a unicycle. Just doesn't happen. So she misses the call, but then the voicemail notification pops up.
And this voicemail, oh man, it starts off kind of normal-ish. Like, hey, Jess, miss you at the bar earlier. Even jokes about her karaoke skills or lack thereof.
Yeah, calls her a terrible singer. Okay, maybe a bit weird, but whatever. But then,
Then it takes a turn, a sharp one. He goes, okay, look, I'm super drunk and I'm going to regret this, but I love you, Jess.
Whoa, just like that, out of nowhere.
Pretty much. Full drunk confession mode, and he doesn't stop there.
Oh, God, there's more.
Yeah, he keeps digging. It's like, this is weird, right? You're awesome, and I'm so sorry. You and Miles are great together. He's an amazing guy. Then the kicker.
Don't tell me.
I wish I met you first. And then he immediately goes, but I did, didn't I?
Oh, my God. The self-correction. That is peak drunk logic right there. That's amazing.
It's incredible. Then it's just apologies, don't tell Miles, had to say it, and a final bye.
Wow. Just wow. From bad karaoke jokes to a love confession and a history rewrite in 30 seconds? That is deeply, deeply awkward. The don't tell Miles part is just chef's kiss, perfect, terrible advice.
It's seriously uncomfortable. You can almost hear the hangover starting through the phone speakers.
So Jess obviously is probably having a full-blown meltdown, shock, tears, replaying every single interaction she's ever had with Lucas. Right?
Totally. Trying to figure out if she missed some huge sign, some longing glance over the years. But apparently, nope, nothing. Complete blindside.
That makes it even weirder because it wasn't like Lucas was this lonely dude just, pining away.
Right. The post mentions he'd had girlfriends. Seemed like a totally normal, decent boyfriend in those relationships. So this wasn't like the quiet best friend finally making his move in a rom-com. It was just baffling.
So now she's stuck, really stuck. Does she tell Miles? That could blow up the whole brother relationship, the wedding, everything.
Right, I think. Does she talk to Lucas directly? Imagine that conversation. Super cringe.
Or does she just bury it, pretend it never happened, just hope it goes away? But that feels wrong too, doesn't it? That whole I'd want to know thing must be screaming in her head.
Definitely. So the TLDR on the first post is basically fiance's brother, best man, drunk dials bride-to-be, confesses love, begs for secrecy, bride is losing her mind. Prime Reddit material.
Okay, so update time. What happened next? She must have done something. Did she tell Miles? Please tell me she told Miles.
She did. She actually played the voicemail for him. Can you imagine the tension?
Yeah.
Holding the phone out, pressing play.
Oh, man. I'd be sweating, waiting for the explosion. What did Miles do? Did he flip out?
Get this. He was surprisingly calm. His first reaction was literally, oh, shit, is he okay?
No way. Not anger, just concern.
Concern for his brother. Jess said Miles admitted he maybe kind of thought Lucas might have had a small crush at some point, but nothing major. This level of confession, totally unexpected for him too.
Wow, Miles sounds pretty level-headed. Or maybe just in shock.
Maybe a bit of both. Jess felt like a mix of things. Huge relief. Miles wasn't furious, actual worry for Lucas because he's still her friend, but also annoyed by the situation and just confused about what Lucas actually meant by it all. Was it real? Just drunk rambling.
So what's the plan then? Miles knows. Now what?
Miles actually suggested Jess talk to Lucas herself.
Wait, Miles wanted her to talk to him. No.
Yeah, but here's the twist. Miles wanted them to pretend that he didn't know, to spare Lucas the embarrassment.
Whoa, okay. That's either incredibly trusting or some kind of weird power move. Playing chess while Lucas is playing checkers.
Jess said it showed how much he trusted her, and also how he kind of understood his brother. He figured Lucas must have confessed because he needed to get it out to move on, maybe.
Still, that conversation, Jess must have been dreading it. What do you even say? So, about that voicemail where you said you loved me.
Right. Her internal monologue example was basically, hey, you drunk dialed me saying you love me. What's up with that? Hilarious and horrifying.
Someone on Reddit must have pointed out that maybe the brother should handle his brother, right?
Oh, yeah, that came up. But Jess explained Miles's logic. Lucas is her friend too. He trusts them both. And maybe the confession was Lucas's way of closing that door before the wedding. It's a perspective.
Meanwhile, apparently Jess and Lucas had some super awkward texts going back and forth that morning. I can only imagine.
Yeah, like trying to discuss the weather after one of you confessed undying love via voicemail.
But here's the thing Jess said. Seeing how Miles handled this whole insane situation actually made her more certain she wanted to marry him.
Passed the ultimate stress test, basically.
Wow. Okay, so the conversation, Jess and Lucas. Did it happen? How bad was it?
It happened at their place. Miles was supposedly working in his study nearby. Talk about pressure.
Was Lucas trying to pretend he didn't remember? The classic "I was so wasted" defense?
Surprisingly, no. Jess said she was relieved he didn't try to backtrack or deny it. He owned up to the call.
Okay, points for honesty, I guess. So what was his explanation?
He basically said, yeah, he was into her back when they first met in university, but when he saw she was interested in Miles, he stepped back.
Okay. Believable.
And he claimed the voicemail wasn't some master plan to win her over. It was just a drunk, cathartic moment. An apology almost, not a real bid for her affection. He insisted the friendship was real.
He admitted having what-if moments, though.
Yeah, he said they were brief but heavy when they hit. But he framed it less as forbidden love and more like fleeting thoughts amplified by alcohol.
Okay, trying to downplay it maybe.
And here's a really interesting bit. Lucas apparently reflected that maybe his feelings weren't even specifically for Jess, but more like envy or longing for the kind of solid, happy relationship Jess and Miles have.
Huh. That's surprisingly insightful for someone who drunk dialed a love confession. Maybe I just want a relationship like this.
Right. Some decent self-awareness creeping in post-hangover.
So did she still invite him to the wedding? Is he still the best man?
Yep. Invitation stood. Best man duties apparently still on.
That is going to be the most awkward best man speech in history. Or the most boring, if he plays it safe.
Probably safe. But the key thing was, they talked it through. Jess felt like the air was cleared, even though it was super uncomfortable.
So the immediate crisis averted, kinda. Update TLDR. They talked it. Lucas was sorry. Miles is cool, but secretly knows. Wedding's still on. Things are okay.
Surprisingly, yeah. Looking decent, all things considered.
All right, but the story doesn't end there because Reddit comments exist and people definitely had thoughts.
Oh, absolutely. The comment section was predictably on fire. Lots of people just couldn't get over the timing. Why confess now? What's the goal?
Seriously, what did he think would happen? Just dumps Miles weeks before the wedding. Makes no sense. Someone else was like, I did not see this ending with, so we all communicated.
Yeah, because usually these things end in disaster, not mature conversations. It's rare.
A lot of people were team keep it to yourself. Some feelings are just your own burden to carry. Don't dump your unresolved emotional baggage on someone else right before their big day.
Exactly. Like that comment, sometimes it truly is better to just shut up.
Or the spicier one.
Oh, I know the one. I freaking hate people who decide I need to resolve these feelings actually means I need to burden someone else.
Right.
Reddit does not mince words.
No, there was tons of debate about Lucas's real motives too. Was it genuine love? Just guilt over having those feelings? Trying to sabotage things subconsciously? Or maybe, like he said, just wanting that type of connection. Someone called confessing one-sided love inherently selfish in that situation. Made sense.
But hey, some people defended Lucas. Sort of. Pointing out the wedding was still a year off. It wasn't like the night before.
Yeah, giving them time for therapy and friendship recovery, as one person put it, which is generous.
And Miles got so much love. People were calling his reaction mature yet savage for keeping Lucas his best man.
Is it savage, like making him stand up there knowing what he knows? Or is it ultimate trust? I can't decide.
It's ambiguous. Then you had the inevitable rom-com brain diagnosis for Lucas thinking life works like the movies.
Oh, and the Love Actually references, of course.
Yeah.
Because Andrew Lincoln holding up signs is the blueprint for awkward confessions, apparently.
But some people did see it positively. Like, wow, adults being adults, good ending. Maybe it even made the family bond stronger eventually. Who knows?
Though others were like, hold up, is this really a happy ending? Or just like successful damage control? The happiest ending would have been Lucas not making the call.
True. Miles was definitely crowned the keeper in the comments, though. But some folks worried about Lucas having a pattern of, well, drunken mistakes.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if this was a one-off or part of something bigger. And people hopes Lucas finds his own person. For real this time.
And then naturally, the jokes rolled in, the wild scenarios.
Oh god, the honeymoon jokes? Or the one about twins with questionable paternity down the line? Internet never change.
Never change. It also sparked philosophical debates, What even is love? Does unrequited count? And that amazing term someone came up with.
Navel gaze discovery. For Lucas realizing he just wanted a relationship. Brilliant.
Perfect term. And yeah, the obligatory insert Love Actually gif here, followed by praise like one of the few BRRU posts that ended with adults being adults.
Setting the bar pretty low for adulthood there, Reddit, but okay. And the big question left hanging.
It's been 9 years since the update. What's the situation now?
9 years. That's a lifetime online. Are Jess and Miles still together? Did Lucas give the best man speech? Did he find someone? Is it still awkward at Thanksgiving? We need another update.
We really do. It just shows how one messy, drunken moment can echo,
Yeah.
But maybe also how talking, even when it's the most awkward thing ever, can actually work.
Maybe. Or maybe Lucas just learned to text his confessions instead. But seriously, imagine Lucas waking up that next morning, the hangover, the memories slowly returning, realizing he voicemailed his brother's fiancé and I love you. That'd be the worst morning ever.
Oh, absolutely brutal. And he still had to face them and be the best man. That's a long year of potential awkwardness. Anyway, lots to think about. Maybe just write feelings in a diary next time. Just a thought. Until our next deep dive, stay curious and maybe screen your calls after midnight.